When the dead start walking, every government broadcast says the same thing. Stay in your home and lock the doors until the situation is contained. It sounds like the most logical plan in the world, right? After all, your home is your castle. They tend to have a stocked pantry, tools in the garage, a fenced yard, maybe even a generator kicking around. You know every creak in the floor and blind spot, and every piece of furniture that isn't bolted down that you can use to reinforce entry points. But here's the problem. Houses are built for comfort, not sieges. Most North American homes have a ton of windows, hollow core doors, which means they're not solid wood, and sliding glass doors that are easy to break through. Even our interior walls are made of weak drywall that raiders could bust through given enough time. In a lot of countries outside of North America, concrete walls and window bars are normal for everyday construction and security. That also makes those homes more apocalypse ready. If you're from a country like the Philippines, South Africa, or Brazil, chances are you have barred windows and concrete homes. But the focus of this video will be on your typical North American home. Now, before you start boarding up your windows, let's see what surviving inside of your own home during a zombie apocalypse might actually look like. But before we get into the thick of it, let's make sure we're on the same page. We're dealing with classic walkers, not sprinters. And you were already at home when everything went sideways. Now keep in mind every house and every street is different, and every suburb is its own ecosystem. I can't account for every location, so today we'll go with your basic suburban home. If you're not sure what that looks like, I'm talking about a 3-bedroom home, 1 or 2 bathrooms, an attached garage, lots of glass, a sliding back door, and the usual pantry and tools. Enough stuff to work with, and a lot of weak points to worry about. Sound good? Now let's break it down, starting with the pros. Your home is familiar territory, which means instant control over sight lines and choke points. You know which rooms have one door, which hallways to barricade, and which windows give you a clean look at the streets without showing your silhouette. Having this knowledge is a huge advantage you wouldn't get if you were caught outside somewhere random when the zombies started showing up. You also have immediate access to your own gear, and that's a huge head start. Pantry staples like rice, dry pasta, oats, beans, peanut butter, canned meat or fruit, and canned veg all store well, and they do it without needing refrigeration. You might even have kitchen knives, pans, and basic tools in your garage to use as weapons. And other items like flashlights, batteries, tape, trash bags, and basic first aid items to treat small wounds. But that's all assuming you're somewhat of a responsible adult. If your house doesn't have any of these, you might want to start questioning your life choices a little bit. At home, you're starting the Outbreak sheltered from the elements. 4 walls, a roof, and your own blankets means you can rest on a bed and stay dry when the weather decides to make everything worse. And being able to sleep in your own bed is a huge morale boost during the early days. Your house also has rooms you can upgrade and repurpose. The extra bedrooms can be turned into storage, quarantine rooms for housemates that are sick, or shared bunk space. A garage is a natural workshop, and a small yard, a balcony, or a sunny window ledge lets you plant container vegetables or herbs. Hunkering down at home also cuts your exposure dramatically by not stepping into the initial mess, especially during the first 24 hours. During the first day of the outbreak, it would be an absolute nightmare out there. Your closed doors put wood, glass, and distance between you and panicked drivers, random gunshots, and the first wave of biters sniffing around. Another huge benefit is if a lot of people leave, you'll be able to loot your neighborhood before you have to risk going further out for supplies. And in the first month, most desperate survivors will hit stores and obviously empty places, not a house that looks occupied. High value and easy targets will be the first to get looted. A lit window, a voice inside, and a neighbor peeking through blinds makes your place a noisy, risky target, and noise pulls walkers. You also have access to more water here than you would have ever been able to carry on your back. First off, the water heater is a jackpot. Usually they have 40 to 50 gallons of potable water you can pull from them with a simple hose. Utilities and communication are also on your side at the start. Power may still be running, so you can charge every device and battery you own. You can also save maps, save emergency numbers, and scan the local radio for updates. Any information you can gather during a zombie apocalypse is gold. Another benefit to riding it out at home is that your typical suburban layout gives you stealthy escape and maneuver options that other locations might not. Side yards, back gates, and fences let you move behind the houses instead of down the street. If a zombie's on your heels, you can climb over a fence better than it can. A quiet hop over 2 yards is often enough to make enough space between you and the zombie. Another major benefit is if you're protecting kids, an elder, or someone injured, your home might just be the best place to do that. Moving them across town during the initial outbreak would be a death wish. At home, you could put them in the safest room and barricade them in if you have to. If you have extra hands, you can also put another person in there with them while another handles watch. Morale also matters, and your house is full of it. Familiar smells, family photos, a favorite mug, your own bed, and the ability to sit at a table and eat like a human being keeps your brain from spiraling into a doom loop. Another benefit is that your house has depth. The ground floor, a second floor, maybe a basement or an attic. From upstairs, you can watch the streets, you can create fallback points, or you can pull the Project Zomboid Classic and knock out the stairs to the second floor so zombies can't get you. Alright, as always, things aren't all sunshine and rainbows, so let's reel this back in a little bit. Oh, and some quick shameless self-promotion. I opened up a Discord server, so if you guys wanted to check that out, make some friends, kind of chat with like-minded individuals, this is a place you can do it, so feel free to come check it out. We have to be ready for the worst case scenario here. And by that I mean, depending on how the virus initially spread, there's a good chance that no one is coming to save you. If the virus is airborne and hit multiple locations at once, the government can't possibly deploy the military to every single city and suburb across North America to bail everyone out. It's impossible. They'd drop a bomb on your head to contain the virus before they sent a convoy to extract you. And first responders in your area are going to be overwhelmed. You're not on a list of people to be saved. You're more than likely on your own. Your supplies are also finite, and the chances of growing enough food to live off of are slim to none. But that's assuming you didn't already have a greenhouse or a garden prior to the zombie outbreak. Your canned and dry food won't last forever either, and water will follow right behind it. Once those shelves thin out, you either resupply or you starve, and resupply means stepping outside with the undead. Utilities will also fail. When the power dies, your lights, security cameras, electric cooking, and HVAC die with it, and the food in your fridge and freezer are a ticking time bomb. If you're using natural gas or propane, ventilation becomes a safety issue too, because the last thing you want to do is survive a zombie outbreak just to die to carbon monoxide. And let's not forget, most North American homes are not castles. Most have thin hollow core interior doors, drywall you could punch through, and a lot of glass. Sliding doors and windows will shatter under pressure. A determined group of slow walkers leaning on one point will breach it, and a group of looters can simply smash it. If you manage to secure the place, your barricade will buy you time, but they won't buy you forever. Sooner or later, someone or something will test a window or a door until it gives in. Walkers also drift towards sound, then they linger, and over days a trickle can turn into a crowd if nothing draws them away. If your block fills with the dead, escape gets harder. Noise is also a zombie magnet. Normal living, cooking, moving furniture, or even coughing in the wrong window can start a mosh pit at your door. If you have pets or kids, maintaining stealth is your new full-time job. At night, one careless flashlight beam can also give away your exact location to any looters close by. Speaking of looters, other humans are a serious problem. Desperate neighbors will knock, and not all knocks are going to be friendly. Some people will ask for help, some will demand it, and some will try to take it. Once all the easy places are looted, your house will start to look like a supply cache to anyone who ran out, and a suburban street makes your front door easy to find. Zombies are predictable, people aren't. And that unpredictability will make you lose sleep at night. Sooner or later, someone will come knocking. Sanitation can also turn into an issue inside of your house. Trash will pile up, pests will find a way in, and without running water to flush toilets, you'll very likely be taking dumps in buckets, bags, and Trash will pile up, pests will find a way in, and without running water to flush toilets, you'll very likely be taking dumps in buckets and other unpleasantly creative ways. Once power is out, cooking on open flames indoors is also a carbon monoxide and fire risk. Same with burning candles for light. If you do set the place on fire, you can't evacuate quickly if everything is boarded up. Now it's time to answer the question you came here for. Can you survive a zombie apocalypse inside of your own home? Short term, first 30 days, I give sheltering in place at home a 4.5 out of 5 stars. A familiar location, initial utilities, less likely to get looted early on, and an initial stockpile of food and water give you a strong chance against slow zombies if you keep quiet and secure the place early on. Your own home is quite possibly one of the best places you can be during the beginning of a zombie outbreak. Long term, 3 months and beyond, I give it a 2 out of 5 stars. You can stretch your supplies, adapt, make your place more defensible, you can garden a little, and you can collect rain with buckets if the season cooperates. But supplies will run out, utilities will never come back on, and pressure from zombies and looters trends up the longer you stay here. Once most of the suburbs is looted, you'll be forced to venture out further and further for supplies. Waste management becomes a serious health hazard over time as well. Months of accumulated human waste, rotting food scraps, and the inevitable pest infestation creates a dangerous disease vector that could make you sick or worse. With your home boarded up for security, getting waste outside becomes a logistical nightmare. You could leave a small section of your window unbarricaded for disposal, but the growing pile of garbage below becomes a dead giveaway that people are living inside. And risking going outside to clean it up exposes you to zombies. Alright guys, if you made it to the end, I appreciate you as always, and YouTube thinks you'll like this video. If you've already checked it out, consider checking out this playlist instead. And don't forget to join the Discord. The server's up, there's a lot of cool people in there, so get your caboose through the door. Alright, till next time guys. Cheers.